Howdy! Today's video will focus on the quadratic formula and the discriminant. Discriminant. Okay, yeah, that one. Alright, so, quadratic formula. Why do we do this? Well, sometimes factoring doesn't always work, and square rooting has a lot of steps, and completing the square has a lot of steps. Right, alright, so, what is the quadratic formula? Well, first off, the quadratic formula always gives us the answer. And there is just one equation to memorize. Sounds fantastic, right? Depends on your definition of an easy equation, though. Because we're first going to take a, b, and c from the standard form of an equation, and then use the formula x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright. So that didn't come out as cool as I thought it would be, but whatever, no big deal. This is your equation right there. Make sure you know this. This is important. Okay. So next, the discriminator. Alright. This is what is under our square root on the equation right here. Alright, b squared minus 4ac. That is our discriminant. Okay? b squared minus 4ac. b squared minus 4ac. Apply directly to the forehead. Oh man, sorry. Stupid head-on commercial. Anyways, if the discriminant is less than 0, we have no solution. Two imaginary solutions. Okay, so that or that, whatever you want. So if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, we have no solution. If the discriminant is equal to 0, we have one solution. So if b squared minus 4ac equals 0, we have one solution. And if the discriminant is more than 0, we have two solutions. b squared minus 4ac larger than 0, we have two solutions. Okay, alright. Next. Oh, examples, yay. Alright, so, examples. Let's first figure out what a, b, and c are. So a equals 1, b equals 2, c equals 1. And we can obviously factor this one. This would factor to x plus 1 squared. But let's go ahead and get started, okay? Alright, so x equals negative b, so negative 2, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 4, minus 4ac, so minus 4 times 1, all over 2 times a, all over 2. Okay, so now that's going to give us negative 2 plus or minus, oh look, 0, so our discriminant is 0, so we have one solution, all over 2, which equals negative 2 divided by 2, which equals negative 1, which works, because when we set x plus 1 equal to 0, then minus 1, x equals negative 1. Alright, so that works. Awesome. So now let's focus on our second one. 0 equals x squared minus 4. So a equals 1, b equals 0, since there's no bx, there's nothing there, and then c equals negative 4. Okay, so now let us plug it into our equation. So x equals negative b, so 0, plus or minus the square root of b squared is 0, minus 4 times a times c, which is 4 times negative 4 times 1, alright, or 4 times 1 times negative 4, whatever, all over 2a, a is 1, so all over 2. Okay, so now that's going to give us 0 plus or minus square root of negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16 all over 2. Then that's going to give us, the square root of 16 is 4, so we're going to have plus or minus 4 over 2. So then our solution is going to be negative 2 and positive 2. Because 4 divided by 2 is 2, negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Okay, so x equals negative 2, x equals 2 as our solution. Fun stuff, right? Easy. And then next we have 0 equals 2x squared minus 12x plus 18. So a would equal 2, b would equal negative 12, c would equal 18. So plug them in. x equals oh, duh. Okay, x equals negative b, so it's going to be positive 12 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 144 minus 4 times 2 times 18. Holy crap, this is big. All over 2a, which is 2 times 2 is 4. So now we're going to have 12 plus or minus the square root of 144 minus 144 all over 4. So 144 minus 144 is 0. So we're going to have one solution. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. There you have it. Alright, so those are the simple ones. These ones came out to whole numbers. Next, we're dealing with decimals, which I think they're decimals. Pretty sure. So let's go ahead and do that. So a equals 3, b equals 7, c equals 3. Not decimals. Reduced radicals. There we go. I like doing reduced radicals better. So let's do it. So x equals negative b, which is negative 7, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 49, minus 4 times 3, all over 2 times a, which is 2 times 3, all over 6. Alright, so then that's going to give us negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 minus 36, all over 6. 49 minus 36 is 13, so minus 7 plus or minus the square root of 13 over 6. That's a whole number. I mean, that's a prime number. 13 is a prime number. So pretty much, just leave it like that. We're going to have negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 13 all over 6. That's your answer. If you can't reduce it to a whole number, then leave it like that. Alright. So let's go ahead and do this one. 2 more examples, and we'll be done. Alright, so this one, a is 3, b is 6, c is 3. So we're going to have x equals negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 36. 4 times 3 times 3 is 36 already, because we had to figure that from here. So then minus 36 all over 2a is 6. So 36 minus 36 is 0. So that's going to be negative 6 plus or minus 0 over 6, which is negative 6 over 6, which is negative 1, which is going to be negative 1. So x equals negative 1. One solution. Done. Last example. A is 3, b is 1, c is 3. So we're going to have x equals negative b, which is negative 1, plus or minus the square root of 1 of b squared, which is 1, minus 4ac, which is 36, all over 2 times a, which is 6. So that's going to be negative 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 35 all over 6. Okay, and then let's try to factor this out, okay? So negative 35, that's going to give us an imaginary number. So that'll be equals negative 1 plus or minus I square root. 35 factors to 5 times 7. Those are both prime numbers, so 35 doesn't factor. So just leave it as 35 over 6. So then that would be your answer right there. Negative 1 plus or minus I squared of 35 over 6. Alright, so that's all, folks. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see y'all in class.